G'day guys and welcome to the Hunters Campfire. Pull up a chair, get comfortable and enjoy some great company with Mark, Ian and Jono. Thanks to our friends at SSAA and Beretta Australia, we're here to help you make the most of everything you love about hunting, shooting and the great outdoors. So tonight's broadcast is brought to you by Olight. Why is it brought to you by Olight? Because they've just given us an undisclosed amount. I don't know how many. I don't want to promise how many, but they've given us at least more than one new Mini 2s to give away at the Hellenic Hunters. It's 3, but I'm waiting till they arrive.
You might keep one for himself.
No, I already got one.
And we don't want to ruin it. It's not as if they're 3s.
Here it is.
They're 2s.
Yeah, they're these ones. So I believe they're the Mini Parent Mini 2s.
I don't have the Mini.
They are awesome little torches.
So,
and
yeah,
Jono,
I don't have a
you
Mini.
That's why. Look, this is why I was keeping it quiet because I know.
Okay. There's only 2. There's only 2. Yes, there's only 2.
No. Well, if you were coming to the trip, you might be able to win one, Jono, but you're not. So we'll talk about that later.
Yes, we'll talk about that later.
So we've got an undisclosed number of these to give away to whoever at the Hellenic Hunters Club event on the 7th of August in Sydney. 10.5 hours for us to take there, according to Google.
So should we talk about that a bit more?
Well, I can't talk about it now, so let's keep going.
Yeah, let's keep going. The context is Mark and I, and it was going to be Jono not coming now because he's broken.
He's old.
So Mark and I, breaking news, by the way.
This is hot off the press. Or
we'll talk about this in a minute. So Mark and I are traveling to Sydney, and we're going to present at the Hellenic Hunters meeting on the 7th of August, which is great. And the great news is they said to us today, we can openly invite anyone else that would like to come that's not a member of the club. So if you're listening, and we know you are,
and you're in Sydney or surrounds, and you don't
if you're in the
traveling.
Sydney area and you'd like to come down to the club and interact, come say hi, have a chat, listen to whatever it is that Mark and I decide we want to ramble on about for an hour and a half or something. You might get to win an Olight torch or 3 and or a pair of, or you might win both.
That's right.
If you're lucky. We haven't decided the rules, but we've also got a pair of Steiner laser range finding binos. Right, Predators. It's $1,500 to $1,800 worth of binos there that you might win as well.
10x42 Predators.
Good friends at Beretta who've heard that we're going down there and said, "Here, take these, give them away. We'll run a raffle and we'll donate the proceeds."
Yeah, we'll figure out what to do. I don't know.
Awesome.
You got 10 and a half hours, did you say, Mark? Do you think about it?
Well, I looked at from...
It'll take us that long to argue about what we're going to talk about.
Toowoomba City. Now I thought we'd record it all the way down.
He's not Toowoomba City, though.
Yeah, well, that's why you're injured, buddy.
Details.
That's why. You're focusing on the wrong thing. From Toowoomba City to the address, wherever it is, I looked it up, is 10.5 hours, Ian.
Yeah. It's 1,050 kilometres.
Something like that. So, yes. So, we're going down on Thursday and then we're speaking. I don't know I'm not sure what we're doing afterwards.
We'll go to sleep.
Yeah, that's right. Other than kipping somewhere in Sydney.
Oh, they're putting us up. They're putting us up for the night, and then we'll be up early, and then we'll be on our way to the Victorian border, where we'll go and hunt Samba in an undisclosed location that they have marked out where the big stags live. And Mark and I will get to shoot one. And Jono,
I hope you do not see a single Samba because I am jealous AF.
Yeah, you are.
If we don't, mate, we'll just come back through the Pilliga and pop some goats on the way back home. Well, I thought if we didn't do any well, we'd come early and we stop on the Pilliga on the way through because we're literally driving through there and shoot some stuff.
Yeah. Why don't we go somewhere we can shoot deer?
Why don't you go
shoot deer in
past
the
numerous friends on the podcast you could probably drive past close to?
Yeah. That's kind of where I was thinking about.
Oh, well, okay. It's out to me now.
Somewhere that we might be able to pull up, sit on the veranda, pop a couple of brewskis, and snot a deer or 2 off the veranda.
Yeah, that'd only be a...
Shout out to our good friend that we won't name. He knows who he is, if we listen.
Yeah. So. That'd only be a 45-minute detour too.
Anyway, there's a secondary plan.
There's options.
Yeah.
There's options. But yeah, so come along if you're there. We will... I don't know if I could Google it. I'll tell you where it is, but it's very close to the Sydney airport. So it's La Perouse down that way. Somewhere over there.
Look it up on Facebook now.
There'll be a barbecue, good banter, good evening.
It looks like very nice tucker too.
I'm sure it will be.
Well, they've got a YouTube, not YouTube, Instagram little post, and they're cooking and stuff. And boy, it looks like a good feed. Hope there's halloumi.
Okay, well there probably will be.
I hope so.
Another Greek goodness. Jono, what part of your body has failed you this time?
It is my spine, which is pretty important, unfortunately. So yes, a few years ago, I injured my back and it's been solid as a rock. And then probably 2 or 3 months ago, I started having some issues and I've had recurring back issues ever since, which has been pretty debilitating for me. So I have taken it sort of forward to get some diagnosis done. I had a MRI scan done and then I had what's called an EOS scan done. And I've got, which looks at your skeletal system, which I've never heard of before, but it measures, all sorts of things. It's like a 2D and 3D mapping of your skeletal system to look at your pelvis, looks at your limb length to see if there's any abnormalities there. And as part of that, it was determined that I have an extra vertebra. So I have, in my lumbar spine, I have an L6, whereas most people have an L5.
Does that mean you got a tail?
No, that's...
So hang on, what? You have an L6 where most people have an L5. Does that mean your L5 is missing and you've got an L6 instead?
No, I've got an L5 and then I've got an L6. So what it is and what's
happening... So you're long in body.
That's what I say. Yeah, either got a tail or you're a giraffe.
But what's happened is where that L6 is it's actually fusing to my pelvis. And it means I've lost a lot of sort of range of movement or motion within my pelvis. And I have damaged my discs in my lower back. So I have bulged a disc and I have a very minor herniation in another disc, which is causing excruciating pain, whereas I can barely move for several days at a time, which is compounded by load. So it would be fine and I'd go to the gym and I'd do some load and it would just be, that's it, I'm done. 2 weeks, physio, everything else. And my physio has referred me. Yep, I had the MRI done. I've had this EOS scan done and I've got some damaged discs. So I cannot carry a pack at the moment. I can't carry a rifle. I can't do anything with load.
Can't carry a rifle?
Anything with load. I can't because of my spine.
So you can carry an unloaded rifle?
You can...
So unless one of you wants to carry my pack for me and carry my rifle for me.
Well, I've got an ultralight with a teeny tiny little Burris Fullfield on it. It's like weighs a kilo.
Get Frank to be your number 2 in the territory and just, put your hand back in the gun.
So that's kind of my focus is the territory. I am was super pumped for Samba. I've never been down there. I'm pretty keen for the Hellenic. I know we've been talking about it for a long time, so I was super pumped for that. But at this stage, my focus is being fit and healthy for the territory. So my physio, doesn't want me to carry a pack, doesn't want me to carry a rifle, anything that can compress my spine, because at the moment, because of that minor herniation, that can get a lot worse, and then I may be looking at surgery, which I'm trying to avoid. So I will follow the physio's orders. I can't sit for a long time. I can't switch 10 hours plus whatever extra it is to where we're going down to the border is I think another 5 hours or 4 or 5 hours, and then obviously coming back. So I've been told not to do that, and basically do my rehab, do my stretches, do my exercises, and fingers crossed I'm good for the territory. At this stage I should be okay. With the bulge disc, sort of 4 to 6 weeks, but herniations could be 6 to 12, if not more, which is why I'm trying to avoid any further damage to those discs. Territory is, it's an amazing trip. It's a big, long journey. I mean, we've got almost 40 hours in the car, so I need to make sure my back's healthy for that.
You might have to stick you in the patrol.
Yeah, you might.
At least got a comfortable ride.
Yeah, that's a very good idea.
Yeah. And so, at the moment, it's just look after my back, and means no gym, my normal gym work. My gym work's actually been very, very limited of late because my back's been getting injured. So I've been sort of going to the gym, getting injured, having a break, going back, getting injured. And so, it's been advised not to do the training that I've been doing. So I'm actually starting to follow the Hunt Fit program. So obviously the 5 to 8 Ks a day, that's what I've started doing. I did 5 Ks yesterday. Today I was going to, but it was pouring with rain. But basically I need to keep my fitness up.
With the rain?
I don't want to get wet.
I
can't be in rain.
What are you, Jonathan Lupo?
But so basically...
Benelli Steele?
Benelli. That's a good name. I like that one.
Benelli Steele. Yeah, well, that'd be a good name for your grandson when you have one.
Yeah, so for me, it's all about now just following my rehab, listening to my body, taking it easy. So yeah, unfortunately, I will be missing the trip down chasing Samba, which I'm very disappointed about because I was looking forward to it.
So sadly, I mean, watch this space. We hope you have a speedy recovery and you get to come on the territory trip. But last week we talked about Rob and his, position on the team after, there's disloyalty, something that he hasn't yet heard on the previous.
That's what I was going to say.
We haven't released it yet, so
yeah, that's right.
By the time this one comes out,
there could be two.
So we might be hunting for two people for the territory trip yet.
Well, I hope not.
Imagine if you were a listener right now and you knew there were 2 spots up for grabs.
I think I'd have to watch my back. There might be someone walking behind me trying to take me out.
Anyway, see what happens. Good luck. Hopefully you're okay.
Thank you. But yeah, apologies, gents. I won't be on that trip, and apologies to Hellenic Hunters for letting them down. I'm very, very disappointed. I was looking forward to that trip, looking forward to meeting them, and I was really looking forward to chasing Samba. It's a dream species for me. But I've got to look after my body, listen to my body at this stage, and get healthy.
Well, we've moved on already, mate. We've already invited someone to replace you, and
I haven't.
Enjoy the trip down.
He has. He's
already been replaced. What's that?
He has. Could you not? He has already replaced you.
You're done.
Who's replacing me?
Annie from the territory trip last year. Trevor.
Yeah,
Trevor was on his way down anyway, and I went to the range with him to do my the setup of the Eliminator 6 and the full field, and I said, "Oh, seems like Jono's softing out of this trip, so there might be a spot. You might want to come." I've extended the invite out to him, so he'll probably come down and participate in the meeting and join us on the hunt. Yep, don't worry.
I'm glad to see I've been replaced already.
Didn't take long at all.
Hello, he rang me up and said, "Hey, do you mind?" I went, "Sure."
Well, I wasn't ringing about your well-being because I was concerned. It was yeah. Anywho, we carry on.
We do.
And I'm looking forward to shooting a big stag.
I hope you shoot nothing now. I hope Mark gets the big stag.
I don't care.
There'll be room on the back seat for the meat.
Yeah, or on the roof or somewhere, I'm sure.
It will be right. All right, very good. Let's move on.
Sing it down.
What about Yeti is it that you would like to discuss?
No, I was just promo placing.
Oh, very good.
I'm trying to value add everything, so I just stick this on there and I can charge triples.
While you're thinking about value adding, who's bringing the podcast to everyone tonight, mate?
Well, we've already done that.
Oh, we've done that.
So I opened with that.
You are 10. You are 10, you know.
Sorry, I'm currently on the Gold Coast. I'm in a nice apartment and I'm 10 schooners deep. So I apologise for everything I say in advance. Okay.
You're going to give us a little show and tell with that little...
Yes. So in our last podcast, we spoke about chamber flags.
Yeah.
Remember? And the ones that we were supplied from DPR, they are nice bright orange. But I spoke about them having this little notch on them, which fitted perfectly in adjusting your turret on your scope. And I wanted to show, look how perfect that is. This one has even been used. Look at the little burrs on it. I have used this one to adjust the scope. So it is dual purpose. They put so much thought into this.
Did they though?
I think they did. They must have. Like, why would you do that? We've given out so many of these to people where they were joined from the press was there. So the second one was there. So they weren't joined at this point. They thought about that.
No, you thought about how you might use that.
Yeah. Why else would it be there?
Why wouldn't you use the other end? Why wouldn't you use the other end with the hole in it for the same purpose?
Because then I've got to move this out the way.
Yeah. No, look. Here's my problem with that. One is I can't remember when the last time I had to use a coin to adjust a turret on the scope.
A lot of scopes have them.
A lot of scopes did have, but that's generally when they were on top of muzzle loaders. I can't think of any scope in, say, a long time that actually needed. So that's the first thing. It makes more sense if it was for an aim point, actually.
Well, they thought about that. It's dual purpose. They thought about
but if it was for an aim, it can't be for an aim point because the aim point has got the perfect torque flex.
Yeah, it comes with the torque.
No, to adjust. You know how the
look at it. They put
for where you put the.
Jono, I can see that you've made that work. Do I think that
would they do that?
I am. So you reckon that? By the way, do you reckon the hole is so you can put the little tail through it like that?
I think it's for bore sighting.
I see. Yeah, it could be. Yeah, you can tuck it in so when it's out of the way and it's not. Yeah, maybe.
Jesus.
Or you can put it on your key ring so when you're at the range you don't lose it. I've lost a few of these. I think there's a lot more thought gone into these than you think about it.
I think
We
you
know.
just
No.
stop
Wait. We
smoking
know.
weed, mate.
Sure.
We know DPR listen to this podcast. Maybe they can tell us.
I believe that you've put a lot more thought into that than possibly the factory in
my
China
God.
that makes them.
It's
I was
Greek
at the range and I was
flag
struggling
gate.
to turn the turret and I saw this and I thought, I don't have a coin. That's going to work. And
See,
they
because when
thought
I
the
look
same
at
thing.
this one, I think, as I said, guitar pick.
That does look like a guitar
Oh,
pick.
yeah.
This one
See,
doesn't.
Aussie Osborne. Aussie Osborne could have used one of
I'm
those bridge
thinking
flags.
more of that. What's that Lee Coombs character that you like?
Luke.
Coombs?
Oh, Lee
Luke
Kennigan.
Yeah, no, Lee.
Jeez.
He doesn't play guitar. He's only got one chord, so he wouldn't need a pick.
Well, there's going to be plenty of that in the territory, that's for sure. I play that to piss my kids off and my wife off. The Lee Kennigan, the Augathella fella.
Cunnamulla fella.
That's the one.
Cunnamulla fella.
I play just to
Hey,
piss them off.
Yeah, so
That's hilarious. Jono, good job. Thanks for sharing. That's a
Yes.
great show and tell for the day.
get better.
Thank you.
I cannot imagine going to the territory without you and not seeing you get disappointed one day on missing a shot. I have to see that happen.
I'll
I
be
have
better
to
for the territory.
have to see it.
I'll be better.
So, for those watching, there is this year's red deer skull on the wall. which
There
right
is.
there.
What's on the front of it?
Because they had to move the other ones because it's too
Feather,
big.
isn't it?
Yeah, it's got a feather in it. Yeah. But here's the interesting thing, and I'm going to do a bit of a show and tell here. And I prepared myself
Can you adjust
With
your scope with it?
with my point.
You can.
You probably could. You could.
If you look at this lovely beam here, it's got
Yes.
that lovely natural curve in it.
It does.
Mhm.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's
If you look over here on the broken side,
not so natural.
It's broken.
you'll see just above it, it's not curvy at all.
He's broken it.
And if you look at the back here, there's a growth there. So when he broke that particular tine, it was a fairly significant break. And then by the looks of it, it deformed, if not broke, but somehow managed to hang on to it, the main beam there.
Mm.
And the main beam on that side, you can't see it, is the side that's doesn't have the royal on it. It's the double on that side. The other side, the healthy side's the triple, that side's the double. So I wonder if that actually had something to do
Some
with the
blood flow or
formation of
something.
that.
Reduce the blood flow or something
So
like
I
that.
only really noticed that when I took a photo. I went, hey, look, because you know when you hold it up, you kind of look at it.
Mm.
Step out. There's a fair bit of damage and like there's a lump on the back side, which is obviously trying to repair itself, which it did to some level.
Well,
So
wish
yeah,
my spine would do that.
yes. What break a bit off and get better? No, you probably don't want that. Anyway, so and that one there, by the way, folks, is held with the $1.28 Temu skull hanger.
How good are they?
Are they really?
Yeah.
They're pretty good.
Show me.
Okay, I will try and show you. Here we go. If anything goes wrong, I apologize now.
It's the Timu skull hangers, whatever they call them.
You can't hear us.
Yep. Look at that.
That's way better than my zippy ties.
And they're like $1 something off Timu.
What are they made of?
Cheap metal.
It's metal, away.
Yeah, they're metal. Yeah, it's just
Yes, that was
Seen.
literally a Temu special. I got
Mhm.
8 or 6 of them for basically they worked out to be about $1.40 something each.
yeah, they work well. I've got those as well.
And
They
the
do
benefit of
skull
them
hook one as
is
well.
they're of such poor quality that you can easily bend the metal. So you can put it up there. Now you put it on there and you kind of go, oh, it's pointing a bit, it's kind of pointing away from the wall. And it just
You don't even have to put that much effort. It's Timu.
it fits and perfectly fits. So when he first went on, he was kind of sticking a little bit away from the wall, just bent it down so it runs parallel to the wall. I used 2 other ones in the shed on the previous the deer from the year before and a scrappy fallow. Just put them in the shed and yeah, they're fantastic.
All right. How many you got left?
I think I've used them all up. I might have to buy another 6 for $8.03 or whatever cents.
And if you're on Timu, you do the spinning thing. You
Yeah,
might
no,
even get it for
that's the
free.
only problem with Temu. The constant crap that you have to go through to actually
Does
make
anyone
a purchase.
ever win anything on the spinning
Oh
wheel?
God! And then the marketing bombardment that follows. So what I usually do is I get the app, buy the things, and then I get rid of the app.
Would you mind getting me a dozen of them at the same time?
I'll write myself a note.
I'll owe you $12 and it'll cost me $100 in fuel to come pick them up. but I won't have to deal with the marketing.
Actually, no, I did. I gave to him for Graham because I gave him a couple of demo. That's what I do with them. I gave 2 away.
Will it hold the Samba skull that I'm about to go and... Excellent.
Yep.
Yep. The Samba's one you're going to pick up, not the one you're going to shoot.
Well, the one I'm going to shoot, Jono.
I'm
going to carry my Starlink around while I'm in the bush so I can send you photos immediately.
I look forward to seeing them.
That kind of stuff.
That's how it's going to be. All right. Well, I am sad that you're injured, mostly.
Can you control yourself, please? It's embarrassing.
Yeah, I am.
All of 20 seconds to replace me.
No, I had you replaced before you told me the answer.
Right.
I was ready to make the phone call.
Even I was a little stunned how quickly he replaced you.
Straight boom. Here we go.
Well, sure, okay. But I believe Trevor's not coming with us. It's a convoy.
It's a convoy, yeah. He's going to carry on. Yeah. He's got things to do after we shoot giant stacks. Okay, what's next?
The Hellenic Hunters, the event's actually called Hellenic Hunters Present the Hunters Campfire, which is quite a thing. And it's 103 Macquarie without a C. I'm not sure if that's a spelling mistake. Chifley.
Right.
That's the address. And that's from Facebook page.
Right. So if you are listening and you would like to come and spend some time for the evening in a great hunting club community and listen to us rabbit on about stuff for an hour or so, look up the address yourself.
Yep. Just go to our Facebook page.
Or the Hellenic Hunters page, probably more. Yep.
I'm going to friend them right now.
I'm going to win some stuff.
Some good prizes there, that's for sure.
That's great prizes. Yeah.
I don't even have a pair of LRFs. I'm still, so.
Well, maybe I took your pair and gave them.
Yeah, that's probably where mine ended up.
There we go. I like them.
I think they're at my house right now. I think they've shown up.
About something else. Okay.
Right, so that's that. Anything else on Hellenic?
Other than the fact that one of the images they're using is our very first.
I know, I saw that
Hunters
too.
Back, which got panned by a nameless. Let's name them. ADA. Remember, they didn't like that image.
I don't remember that.
Yeah, they said it was all really amateur and blurry. Because we were going, look at this really cool image. It's fantastic.
Oh, I don't know if I was part of that conversation. I might have been offended.
Yeah. So there we go.
Right.
Yeah, there was some commentary about how bad that image, which we really thought was really cool. Because you did one of those things where you got a photo and you did like an animation.
Oh, yeah, I turned it into a picture. Yeah, okay. It was cool in its day, back in the day. All right, cool. Very good.
So, yes, I'm looking at there. So we've got it. There we go. Driving down, be there, having a chat, meeting with people, eating some very nice tucker, giving away some prizes. It's going to be a great night, and it's going to turn into a great weekend. Even without you there, Jono. We'll try and have fun.
You'll try. Yeah, don't try too hard.
We'll
do. We should, do some check-ins. Maybe we do
we want to check in. And the other thing is we're going, as this tonight's brought to you about Olight, we're going to be testing another one of their pieces of equipment, which is that camp lantern, which is a very a real departure for us in terms of Olight, but they're sending us a camp lantern to try out. So we'll give that a run. Deer, camp lantern.
What else did you have, Bob?
What do you think about that? Yeah, I just spent the weekend at the range getting the Eliminator 6 and the full field zeroed. So I've already put an Eliminator 6 on the Lupo before. I had to send that one back, had a software drama. All sorted, got the new one on. I just can't believe how easy they are. Sighting in a scope shouldn't be hard, but this is particularly simple. Dropping it on, I mean, I had to laugh because I said to Trev that came with me, I said, I'm hoping I can get it on paper. I haven't done anything to it other than stick it on the gun and twiddle with the knobs.
So it should
be fine.
Is it got any kind of smarts that help with that, or is it just?
No, it does have smarts, but you can also just zero it like a normal scope. So hit paper.
Can you bore sight it like a?
I didn't bother bore sighting it. Bore sighting it is so quick that I just figure I'd stick it on the rifle, put it around down. If it hits paper, good. We can adjust from there. And that's exactly what happened. So, 3 shots later, we're pretty much on point. And I used a couple more shots just to dial it into center at 100 meters. And then we went about having some fun. And because it's the Eliminator 6 and you just push the button and it auto ranges, well, we're smacking gongs at 300 meters about 3 minutes later. There's bang, bong, bong, bong. And like up the back there's a big disc and you smash that. And then the smaller ones, you smash them. And there's really, really tiny ones at 300 meters. And it's just good. It's just consistent. Just kept on smacking gongs. So that was cool. That was fun. And then the full field. I'm impressed with the full field. So it's the little 2 to 8 what are they worth?
400 and something.
$400.
Just over 400. I will look them up right now.
They're in the $400 range. So it's a 2 to 8. It's an awesome little bush scope. I've put it on my ultralight 7mm Rem mag, which sadly has just reminded me that it kicks like a mule when it's in an ultralight package.
Kicks like a Rem mag.
Yeah. Anyway, so I've got a little bit of yellowing, discoloring on my shoulder from that. So I put that. So that total package is so light. It's crazy. But glass clarity, excellent. I think maybe if I was to give it any sort of critique, the reticle lines are maybe a bit thick. That's about it. Maybe
but
just
then reticles are personal preference. They make
and they're interchangeable. I'm pretty sure it said in the spec that you can change the reticle somehow.
No, I think you can change the turret, but not the reticle.
Yeah, reticles are normally fixed on the scope.
Yeah, they're etched onto the glass.
Because they're etched in the
etched onto the glass.
I didn't know how you can change it.
So people have preferences on reticles. So you get 4A, whatever.
Yeah.
But
so if you look at
being interchangeable.
If you look at them retail, the illuminated is 409.
It's illuminated.
But there's even cheaper version. The non-illuminated is 369.
It's ridiculous.
It's crazy.
What you can also get for them is you can upgrade the turrets. I know that much. So and in fact, Jono, if you look at the picture of it, it's got a little battery, dial on one side. And it would fit that plastic thing.
Told you.
It would fit it. You can look at it and you can say, okay, yeah, I can undo the battery with that plastic thing.
DPR, huge
I
respect.
can see it.
So what options do you get to upgrade the turrets?
I believe that what they do is like a number of scopes.
Can I just make sure we get the terminology right? The turrets are the adjustable caps.
That's it. Well, no, caps are caps. Turrets are
it's what's under the adjustable caps. So what are you replacing them with? What? So my ones are nice and pretty red.
Okay, so generally,
blue ones?
and I'm sure someone will currently have a heart attack when I say this. Hunting scopes generally had dials. And target scopes had what they called turrets. And the difference was that a target scope turret was not capped. It was exposed all the time. So you had all the numbers on. So, you see
you can dial it. You can dial your scope. You always have
a turret. And they used to call them target turrets and things like that, but I think they just call them turrets now. Now,
that makes sense.
If you look at the full field range, if you go up to, say, the 2.5 by 10 by 42, you'll see that it doesn't have a cap in the picture. It's showing a turret, as in you can see that. Now, I believe you can buy a turret version for all of them. So you can go, well, I don't want dials, I want turrets. And so you can put a turret on. I think it's only, generally turrets are only for the elevation, top one. But I believe you can say, you can go, I want a full field, but I want a turret version of it. And
so that allows you to dial your
scope. So you can
I
think you can either buy it with a turret, or you can then say, well, I'd rather, I want to do both. I want to have it as a hunt. Because generally, though, there has been a change of that in thinking that once upon a time with a hunting rifle scope, you sighted it in, it was fixed, you covered it up, you didn't touch the scope again in the field. Over the last period of time, they've actually, and I was speaking to guys from Loophole about this, they said they're actually kind of encouraging people to do that. So you'll see a number of the high-end Loophole hunting scopes now have exposed turrets because they actually want you to do that. They say, well,
I do that with my Steiner.
Yeah. Steiner's the Predator 8's a great example of that. Okay?
I do that. I dial that into 300, 350 metres if that's where the deer is at the time.
Right.
Absolutely.
Because once upon a time you didn't have a rangefinder, so you kind of went, this thing's, shoots with a 6-inch group out to 300. I think that thing's within 300, bang.
And you know your holdovers rather than adjusting.
Or you had your rifle set up where, you use your maximum point blank range. So you said, up to whatever it was, 300 yards, it's going to fly either 3 inches high or 3 inches low. So you had this kind of box where you knew it was going to land in, and so you could put it on a medium-sized game on the heart-lung area and know within that certain range it was going to hit in that space. It's kind of not falling out of favour, but there's been a more desire to more range find, okay, that thing's at 280 or whatever it is, and dial it in. And so your scopes had, more and more hunting scopes had turrets, and now we've got into the stage where your hunting scope talks to your rangefinder, and so, or what you've got in, which is it has it built in, so it ranges. So it's all kind of, the progression of their development. But yeah, the little Burris 4-field, you can swap the turrets out. And I for some reason, I think they're about $60. I don't know why that is. I might be wrong, but I believe they're about $60. So you could have a turret. And if you look at the full field range, when you get up to the 4x16s by 50, you can actually see that they've got both illuminated and they've got the parallax error adjustments in them. So they're quite a nice scope across the whole range. And I agree with you. That little 2-8 was a really nice little scope. I thought, if you wanted to make a lightweight rifle, or you want, a junior or youth rifle, you don't want to put a lot of weight on it, and you're going to hunt out to 200 yards comfortably, that'd be a really nice little setup to do.
Absolutely. Yep. 0 to 100, shooting at 2, no problem. Illuminated. It's a perfect little 2 to 8. It's, and like I said, dropping it on an ultralight. So now you got a scrub gun that weighs extra nothing. Unreal. So looking forward to taking that in and wasting a Samba.
So the top of the range full field is the 6x24x50 with the E3 and all that stuff, and that's $700. Which
I think I've got the.
Have you got a HD or have you got signature?
I have a signature. Yeah.
Yeah, signature.
Well, I have two. I have the signature and I've got a full field.
So I got Graham a signature HD, and then there's the Veracity, which is got some of the smarts that you get with, and then you get into the Eliminator, which has got the real smarts in it. So yeah, it's
good tech. I like it. Yeah. Good scopes. If you're looking for an entry level scope, just go get one of them.
I think it would be very hard to go past those. Very, very. Graham's has got a Burris on his CDR. It's a great scope.
I've got two, so I think they're fantastic.
There's a 3x12x42, which would be. There's a 2.5x10 of 42s. That's your hunting scope right there. 2.5x10x42 E3 illuminated. That's your hunting scope.
Wowzers.
Anyway, that was my adventure on the weekend. And
Mark, I was going to say, Mark, what are you carrying for Samba?
I'm ranged this Friday, so I put the Steiner, the 1 to 10 Ranger on the BRX.
That's the Ranger 10, correct?
Yeah, that's the Ranger 10, the 1 and 10. That's just a ridiculously nice scope.
Well, I've got the Ranger 4, 1 to 6. My 9.3, that's my buff gun. They're also beautiful scopes.
Yeah, so I've got that. So I'm going this Friday, and then someone I know reached out and said, "Hey, look, I've got in the shooting." I went, "Oh, wow!" So I'm meeting them the following Friday at the range to kind of just get them introduced into shooting. So yeah. So I'll try and get the Ranger right this Friday, so I'm ready to go for Samba. And then next Friday, I'll take out something for him to shoot, but I'm also going to do the check on the Chapuis. So that's ready to go then. So I go out there and have that big kicker go off a few times and then put it away. Then wait till I see a great big buffalo.
Looking forward to that.
That's, so I'll let you know how I go with range, sighting that in. I always found that it takes me somewhere between 8 and 12 shots to get a scope where I'm happy.
It's about right.
The aim points are just ridiculous. You're just kind of, because you wind it to the hole, so you just do the calculations. It's there, so I need 3 and a pow. So very impressive.
Yeah, the aim points with because they produce that chart as well.
Yeah, that's right.
It's superb. Absolutely superb.
You just get the little chart, work out what the clicks equal at a certain range, just do the calculations and bang it straight on. And that's why I'm keen, because it's got the acro. I want to see how that actually goes out on the range. Byron reckons it's very nicely regulated and it's shooting well, so it might be just a test run. And I'm going to see what it's like to shoot with the recoil pad. So
should help a little bit. Should help a bit.
Oh yeah, off the range it was just horrible. Off the bench, sorry, it was just horrible.
Well, after the buff trip, your shoulder was black and blue. Remember?
Actually, I made a pad up. So yeah, I had to. It was just horrible. It's just hard to.
It's like really a couch pillow, wasn't it?
No, it was actually a gun rest little beanbag. put a little beanbag on it. Once you did that, it was great to shoot. Yeah, off the bench with a solid timber stock on a short barrel, big caliber kicker. It just wasn't fun. You're just going bang, So yeah, I'm keen to see how it shoots with the recoil. It might just be like 30-06 with the recoil pad. There we go.
I'm sure it'll be fine.
Yes, looking forward.
You won't feel it on the day.
Got 2 big drives in the next few weeks.
Yeah, it's coming up. It's going to be good.
And then it'll be quiet time. I can't think too much about what's going on after.
We're going to Fraser.
Oh, okay.
Will be the idea. We'll do the dad and kids trip off to Fraser.
I've kind of said to the family, I'll float around home because we're away from December. So,
all right.
Here's a question for you. Got asked about, so this person I'm helping out kind of kicked another conversation off with someone else, been asked to put together a video series about how to get started. So we're going to talk about things like, difference between centerfire and rimfire. We're going to talk about scopes and setting up scopes. We're going to talk about all sorts of different things like that. Is there something that, this is a question without notice, is there something that when you started, if someone told you would have much appreciated?
Yep. There's something definitely that I would share with people that I wish I'd known to start with. You want me to share it?
Sure.
Yeah,
please.
Right. What I would say to any new hunter out there that is getting into it is that you do not need to rely on anybody else. You can get into this on your own steam, in your own time, and you can do it for little money, and you can do it on public land. When I decided I wanted to hunt deer, I went to the gun shop, and the gun shop pointed me at an organization. And then I spent probably the next 6 months going to meetings and trying to become part of an organization, and then hopefully get taken to a block that the club had access to where I might be able to get an opportunity to hunt deer. But with a lot of the clubs and things that are around, you've got to earn your time. Got to do your working bees, and there's nothing wrong with any of that. To get access to somebody else's burnt block, you should work for it. I totally get that. But what I didn't know at the time was that there was this license program. What I didn't know was that you could go and do a course online, where at the time it wasn't online, but nowadays you can do it online. And if you've got the basics, if you've got the time, you can book in and you can go hunting and you can go into the bush. And it took me many, many years to learn that. And I'm disappointed that the club didn't even tell me that. At the time, the club was all about their blocks. It had nothing to do with public land. And public land has matured more over time. It's become more accessible. But man, oh man, if you want to get into hunting and you want to shoot deer, if you haven't gone and listened to our early podcasts about where to go, what parks, whatever, go and listen to them. Get your rifle, book your time, and go and hunt deer. You can do it now. That's my advice.
That's very cool.
So for me, I'm going to change it up a little bit. So as someone who moved as a hunter, I grew up in South Africa. I wasn't a hunter, but I became a hunter. I moved to the UK. I didn't even know hunting was a thing in the UK. And then it got involved through somebody and through an organization, being the BDS, the British Deer Society. And then when I was planning on moving to Australia, I started looking online, joined a few groups, and that's when Mark reached out and started giving me advice. And when I got to Australia, Mark's recommendation was look at clubs, look at, for instance, the ADA. And for me, the ADA was a great introduction to hunting. I didn't know anything about public land. I didn't know anything about hunting in Australia. And through the ADA and being invited on trips to Nundle, for instance, I didn't know anything about public land. I didn't know anything about the I-license program. It was through clubs like the ADA and being a member of the ADA that gave me that exposure. So I actually think being a member of a club and joining a club of like-minded people is important. It doesn't have to be the ADA. It can be the AAA. It can be the Shooters Union, whoever. But for me, I would not be sat here talking to you guys if it wasn't for a club like or an organization like the ADA. And through that exposure, I got invited to club hunts to Nundle and to the Pilliga and had that exposure and met people, like-minded people. I would not have maintained my interest in hunting in Australia if I'd not had that exposure.
Ooh, I like that.
So that's my thoughts, is join a club or an organization where like-minded people are involved, but you need to get involved. I agree. You can't just sit on the outskirts and just sit there and not be involved. You need to get involved. You need to go to your meetings, go to the AGMs, become involved in the club, because that's how you get to know people, get accepted, and through that becomes opportunity. But there's always the license program. I knew nothing about that until I joined the ADA. So that's my 2 cents.
Yeah, I'd agree with you that clubs have a really good place to connect people and provide education and to give you the access to those. What I would recommend to people is, depending on where you are, not all clubs are the same.
No, agreed.
And you can have an excellent experience with one branch of an organization and a poor experience with another.
Yeah.
So depending on where you are, look around, go to their meetings. Most of the clubs in fact, I'm pretty sure all clubs will allow non-members to come in and, be part of their meetings as we're just trying to get a feel for what they can do and what they can offer. Remember, you're going to pay a membership fee. They want your membership fee. So, you need to assess what they've got to offer and make sure that it gives you what you want along the way. And my previous answer saying you don't need a club to find a place to go hunting, totally true, but they offer a whole lot more. I'm not suggesting that clubs aren't a good thing. You should, clubs are great.
Agreed. And it doesn't have to be a large national organization like the ADA or the SSAA. Look at Hellenic Hunters, things like that. Those little groups, those clubs offer a fantastic opportunity, and for you to meet with like-minded people and get introduction to hunting, get education, go on mentored hunts. That's what people want and need when they're getting into hunting. It doesn't have to be a big national organization. You get support in numbers, but it's not always going to happen. I think, you do need to do your due diligence on those and find the organization that's right for you. You mentioned earlier around, a club might not be for you. They might not be the right people. I had some personal issues with my local branch of an organization. I'm not going to mention names. I moved to a different branch and it's been a complete opposite. So there's different leadership, there's different, different standards, different, involvement with the club. You just got to do what's right for you. But certainly, have a look, do due diligence, have a look around, find the right club for you.
Good advice.
Thank you very much, guys. I've taken some notes. For me, public land hunting led to the club. So Tim and I used to hang around at Queensland Gun Exchange far too much. One day we saw this sign for want to hunt land in New South Wales. I went, hey, look at this. What's this all about? And they said, yeah, there's something else. And the club was running the course. So we joined and they said, you want to do it? You're going to be part of a club. So there we go. We're right here. Straight in. So it's funny. It's a different, but I think what you said, Ian, really resonates. I think one of the things that time and again, when you talk to people about hunting is I wouldn't call it a fear, but it's just, hesitation to kind of just do it. I think that's really, if you can help people get past that, success is just there. I mean, public land hunting is, I know people make fun of it and say, you hardly shoot anything. It's always, one of the thing is, but it might be part of it, but I've never really experienced that. I've never kind of gone, another one where we didn't see anything or we didn't shoot anything. It's like, we've been here 5 days. I might put the rifle away now and just chill out.
Look at hunt camp. Look at hunt camp.
Yeah, look at hunt camp.
You go there for 5 days and there's 15 deer on the ground.
Every year I'm worried that, maybe this year's the year the deer don't show up, and
that's right.
Every year on year it just gets bigger.
That's it.
Yeah.
I still have people tell me that they shot 6 deer and 6 goats in Saverne. Yeah. So, okay. This is
I think as a new hunter, you're going to have concerns. You're going to have, you're going to be worried about stuff, and that's totally fine. I mean, I've taken groups of people into the bush on, camping sort of excursions, and to ask an individual to walk 200 paces in a general direction, set up their own camp by themselves and stay there overnight is a scary proposition for many, many people. Being alone in the bush, in a foreign place for the first time where things go bump in the night, it's something you worry about, but you get over it in time because you become familiar with the bush, and you actually start to enjoy that. We've talked about weird and wacky experiences. I talked about being nudged awake in a hammock by a cow in the middle of the night. Totally freaked me out as I spun out of my hammock like a dead spider or a dying spider. Things will happen. It'll freak you out. But there's nothing really in our bush that's going to really cause major harm.
Yeah, we don't have lions and leopards.
I mean,
and
sure,
roaming
there's
around,
snakes and there's spiders and
Yeah.
there's things like that, but they're not seeking you out to kill you while you
No.
sleep. So you don't have to worry about that sort of stuff. It just is what it is. So once you get past the fear of being alone in the dark, because people, that is a real fear for a lot of people. Then you're just camping. And if you're used to going camping and you're used to going for a hike, well, you've not changed anything other than adding a rifle to it. And if you happen to bump into something that you're allowed to shoot and you want to shoot it, then go for life. It's not that hard. Yeah, just go and do it. It's good fun.
And if you're going to be scared, but still go do it anyway.
You know
what?
Go
do it anyway.
Being scared makes you human.
That's right.
Stressing about something means that you love it.
Go do it anyway.
You won't stress about it if you're not worried about it. So stress is a great emotion. If you can get that into your life from time to time, then you'll be all the better for it.
And I think also is the fact that, especially public land hunting, it's a very difficult thing to comprehend that for the price of a licensing fee and doing a course and meeting some requirements, which are not onerous by any means, and then going online and booking a place, they kind of go, here you go, off you go. It's there. You just go for it. It's amazing that you can do that. There's no one here to check in on you. There's nothing. You're assumed that you can look after yourself. Away you go. And
you can pay a fortune and do it on private and not see any game and have the most expensive farm stay of your life. Yeah. So, yeah, it's exactly what I'm referring to. But it just shows that it doesn't mean that you have to pay a huge amount of money as well.
No,
there's a lot of private opportunity, and yes, a guarantee game. Mark was guaranteed game on his most expensive farm stay and got nothing and saw nothing. So it's not guaranteed. Just because you're paying a fortune and going to private doesn't mean you're guaranteed animals.
Not at all.
So bear that in mind as well, because there's a lot of people advertising hunting and opportunity and guaranteed to get game. It's not guaranteed.
It's it. And even, so I think that's a fantastic motto. Just get out there and have a good crack at it. Public land. You don't need to worry about anything other than meeting the requirements, paying your money, following the rules of the system, going out and hunting. Fantastic.
Great. I want to introduce a new segment.
Okay.
Without notice or consultation with my fellow podcasters.
Mm.
If you're listening, which you are because you're here, I'd like you to write in a short-ish description or story about your favorite hunt, and I want to read it out. So if you have a particular hunt in mind that is very memorable, it doesn't have to be the biggest trophy, the biggest stag, the biggest anything, but it's just something that's memorable to you for some reason. I want to hear about it. I want to read it out, and you might just win something cool. So that is the new segment that we will try and remember that we introduced next week.
That's it.
And not forget all about.
Perfect.
Write it in. Send it to info@thehunterscampfire.net. That is info@thehunterscampfire.net. And if you're the first person that we pick, you might just win something cool. Prizes of immeasurable value.
Or undetermined value.
Yeah, you might get one of those breach flags. Yeah.
It's a multi-tool. It's a multi-tool.
That's a multi-tool.
Yeah,
Coco MacGyver, settle down.
That's it. I lost the multi-tool. I can't find it. That's about it for me, John. Unless there's another segment that you wish to
one segment.
New segments?
One segment
a week. One segment a week.
Okay.
No, I think hearing about people's favourite hunts will be fun.
No, I think that's a great idea.
I think it's a great idea.
I think it's a great idea.
I heard it somewhere else, but I'll claim it as my own.
I was going to say, if it includes advice from the Hunters Campfire, you get extra brownie points.
Yeah, if you come and tell us about your favourite hunt because of it.
The Hunters Campfire.
Brownie points. Self-serving, but anyway, I suppose I could do as a bit of, gratuitous.
Yeah. Dare I say it, that the first prize for this story might be the one and only leftover outdoor edge knife engraved.
There we go.
You go. Write it. Send it.
And we'll give it to AI to read it.
Punctuate. But yeah.
We'll get AI to read it.
Right. We'll get in an American accent.
Yeah. We'll pick an accent. Possibly
This could be really fun.
What we should do is get an accent that is complimentary of your music choice.
What's wrong? There's nothing wrong with my music choices. All right. Play the outro, Jono. I think we're done.
Have you recorded an outro?
I have not. I have not been home, but I shall do.
You can't. You know he's got a sore back. He's got a sore back. Leave him alone.
I'm not asking him to hold up the speakers.
Is it like this one? Hold on.
Flying
How about this one?
That one.
Okay.
Right. Do it.
Play the outro. We're done. We're done here. We're finished.
That was good timing. Good night, gents. Thank you very much.
Catch you later.
Auf Wiedersehen.
Rightio, that's a wrap from the team at the Hunters Campfire. We hope you had a laugh, learned something useful, or at least were a little bit entertained. And you feel a little bit more pumped up for your next hunting, shooting, or outdoor misadventure. As always, a massive thanks for the support from our friends at SSAA and Beretta Australia. Whether you're out there chasing game, telling lies to your mates around the fire, or just trying to remember where you left your boots. Stay wild, stay curious, and for the love of all things blaze, stay safe, so we can see you back around the fire next time.